Good morning and welcome to Moopsy in the Morning for May the 29th, 2024. And apparently I don't know how to run my equipment, so anyway, here we are a moment later than planned and vaguely aware of everything that exists beyond the sphere of my coffee cup. Good morning, Chris. Coffee, it's a beautiful thing. So, Chris, did you get a chance to run the new episode? Good morning, BTD. How are you doing? It's been a while. We've missed you. Have you folks had a chance to run the new episode / the new TFO? Don't forget that red alert is still running if you are doing the red alert to collect your dilithium. It's on for... My timer is gone. That's the thing that I find interesting. Normally has this running for X number more days. I think it's running through tomorrow morning. My whole menu there was borked on a different tune, but you can, if you're having the issue where it's all grayed out, it should come up off the TFO menu. But I am not one to say no to free extra dilithium. And I have nothing exciting except Captains on the Ground, which is a great one if we're going to do the new TFO or if anybody wants to do the new episode. It's good. I won't give any spoilers then, but really enjoyed it. Some of the visuals are... No problem, Chris. Some of the visuals for the backgrounds are really, 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 really good. And I won't say anything because, you know, after doing it yesterday, we're all doing the... okay. I'm not going to do it. There's spoilers. Spoilers aplenty. One nice thing about it, though, it's a fairly quick playthrough versus like Scorpion's Abyss, which can take an hour to run it if you're listening to dialogue. Even with dialogue, this was around 30 minutes. Which makes for, you know, a lot of pew-pew. There's a nice amount of space. It is kind of ground heavy, but it's nothing that requires super revved up tunes. Though I did discover something interesting yesterday. I had logged in and was running something on advanced on a tune that shouldn't have been on advanced. But we got through the space portion of whatever episode I was running. Realized I was way under equipped for ground, so not logged up, but beamed up, then switched the setting down to normal, went back down to the ground. When I went up to space, got out, you know, aborted, came back in at that point, reset it back to advanced. So it worked out rather nicely. But if you're going up, down, that wouldn't be good like... what's the one there? Oh, like home. I'd hate to have to switch in the middle of doing home. And if you guys aren't up for doing endeavors or news stories or TFOs, we could grab one of my low-level tunes or one of your low-level tunes and do some ship leveling or tune leveling, whatever you're up for today. I have an adventure at work, so I have a very hard stop at 7. My hard stop at 7 wound up with me not getting out of here till almost 7:30 yesterday, which isn't entirely your guys' fault. A little bit. And I do want to be on time today in case I decide to go to class, which I'm probably not going to do. 2 nights of insomnia and a 6-hour drive at almost midnight. Nope. Not the best combination out there. Oh, nice. So, Fighter, since I last saw you, Ed and I had created some accounts to take to conventions. And they were logged in off of my email, so I recently, like 3-4 weeks ago. Yes, Chris? Him? Him. Oh, thanks, Chris. But I'm going to move us down to We Are Live. One moment. There we are. Thank you, Chris. I completely forgot about Discord.
No worries. That's why I said like
Whoopsies.
maybe we could join Discord, and I'm just launching the game. Sorry, I was just finishing a match and something else.
No worries. So I was telling BTD that all of a sudden I re-accessed 2 of the accounts that Ed had started for a convention. So I now have
Oh,
4 accounts BTD, which
good.
is Red Alert 4 times a day, New Thing 4 times a day.
Oh no.
Yeah, and those two accounts each have 6 tunes, and they're not lifer accounts. That means I have to go in and do dilithium if they have any to get that done on each tune every day.
Uh, well, wait. You said about Scorpion Abyss as an episode. Is that another new episode?
It's the last episode that came out.
Oh,
It's
so it's
the
the
one with
previous one when we were in
the previous one with Harry.
fluidic space.
Yeah,
Right.
that one. That's the one. But
Did they do something to it? Did they?
no, I was just talking about the fact that it's a long episode. The new one,
definitely
Situation
longer
Under
than the new one.
Yeah, the new one's about 30 minutes with all the dialogue. I think you could speed run it way under 30 minutes. But
Yeah.
Scorpion's Abyss, you can't. It is.
Yeah, it's a very long one.
Yeah, with
I mean,
dialogue,
I
it's
had
an
to
hour.
say, if I had to give a grade to the new episode, it probably out of 5, it would probably be a 2 because
Really?
there's too much ground combat. Which
Oh,
just
yeah,
has
because you
annoying
don't like ground combat.
waves.
For me, I
No, it's
really.
not about that. I mean, it's fine when it's just happening logically out of the reason, like out of the story, but they just kept throwing waves of enemies at you over and over, and I'm like, okay, let's just not drag it. I mean, you see when it's starting to become a bit of a way of extending the length of the episode or the game because it happens.
Yeah, to measure it can. One thing I enjoyed, though, we had a good team with enough high-ranking players that we could go through it It was quite easy, even on advanced. We could have done it on elite, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't obnoxiously hard or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, if you've got ball lightning or any of the big AoE things, it's pretty simple. I'm going to put you down there, little evil doggy. Oh,
More lightning. The V'ger thing.
V'ger thing worked really, really well. Things
The
that didn't
mechanic
work.
scorpions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, those were great. The things I found that didn't work well were bioessence transfer, because individually none of the targets are
Oh, I don't
that
know.
difficult to do. In the TFO, it's nice, but again, they
It's a
weren't that
ground
difficult.
TFO, so not even gonna try it. No, the Red Alert is still up and
Yeah,
running.
Red Alert's up for 2 more days, which surprised me.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna end it with a new.
So did I,
something.
but they didn't. Maybe I misread it.
No, I
So
mean,
with the
I'm
new
fine with
one, with Fleet Alt Control, there's the second TFO, though, should make you happy on the new event.
Guillotine. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you'd see that and go, oh,
I'm glad. I like it. I'm definitely gonna do it. I don't think I need to do it yet.
yeah, I'm
No,
just saying
wait.
that that's going to pop a lot faster, even though it's going to be the normal level because it's an event.
Interestingly, it doesn't tell me what time do I need to wait.
Yeah, mine doesn't either, which is
I think
really
they broke
weird.
the UI because that tells me on the Red Alert one, so I think they broke the UI somehow.
Well, they have a problem. The new token that lets you do a gender or race species swap also got borked immediately, and I don't see anything about them fixing it today. So it'll probably get
Not
fixed
sure.
with tomorrow's patch. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, play
Avatar.
testing something on Tribble. Why bother? Let the players test it, right?
Absolutely. Avatar of Wind came on to the live stream
Oh.
last night and was kind of trying to explain what had happened and what they're going to do to fix it. But since there's nothing up there about there being a patch today, my guess is we'll have it patched tomorrow.
Right, well, I'm in the game, and ooh, nice. Well, my endeavors for the day are destroy Borg ships, destroy Herc frigates, destroy Terran ships. Nothing restricted to any specific battle zones. So,
Well, all my stuff on this tune is ground.
ew.
But if we're going to go do Borg ships, we could do guillotine if you want to, because you like it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'd like that. I still
okay.
need to do the red alert, but I can do
Oh,
that after.
we can
It
do red
takes like
alert.
30 seconds.
Yeah, I know. Let me send you an invitation here. Fighter got a job. Congratulations, Fighter. That
Oh,
is
congrats.
amazing. I'm glad to hear that. I'm
I
trying to
keep
help
getting
some.
rejection letters, so I think I'm gonna stop looking for a new job and I'll just end up under a bridge or something. But
Yeah, yeah.
sad reality of like, oh, we don't want to have you here because like we are not gonna tell you why, so you never know what you need to fix. Like there should be a law that tells them why have they rejected you.
Yeah, here in
Um,
the States, they don't have to tell you. I mean, they can fire you with cause, without cause, but they don't have to tell you what it is if it's without cause. If it's with cause, they have got to be able to prove it.
no, I mean when they're not even like, no, when you're applying for a job and they reject you, they should tell you why.
Yeah. Well, I will say that DECA did tell me, which was nice of them.
No, Dickhead does tell you, but I applied for a couple of others, and they just told me they chose a different options. Like, why? What did they have better than I didn't have? Like, tell me so I can work on it, or I'll never find a job. And
Yeah, mine are. Oh, this person would have been a better match for that job. Thanks. So, I'll give you my quick European story. My cousin, who lives in Sweden, uh, they were trying to hire somebody, or somebody wanted to work with him. That was the story, from the
no,
States, and he really wanted to be with this company. Let's say it was, I don't know, some big company. Let's say it was IKEA, just for fun. It wasn't, but. And he interviewed with them, and they said, "Hey, we appreciate you interviewing, but we're looking for somebody with a bachelor's degree." Okay, so he goes out and he gets the bachelor's degree, reapplies. And they're like, "Well, that's really good, but you don't speak the language." He's learned Swedish. Spent a year learning Swedish. Went back, reapplied, and they're like, "That's really good, and that's really good. We have a position for you." Great. It's in Norway. How fast can you learn Norwegian? And the guy's like, "You hire me, I will learn Norwegian." And he is now the head of that division in Norway,
no.
which I think is just cool. But, they did bother to tell him, you need a degree, you need the language, you need this. And for my son, when he was applying with his company, he applied and they said, "We can't tell you why not." He said, "Okay, well, if I reapply, what would you like to see on the resume this time?" And the lady laughed and said, "Well, if you were to reapply and you happen to have this on your resume, not that I can tell you this officially, this is what we'd be looking at." Cool. Reapplied, still didn't make it, but it made it to the second round. Third time he reapplied, he's like, "Okay, I've got this, I've got that. I've also been around the world to visit people at your locations around the world and to discuss how the company works." And he got the job. So sometimes it's just a matter of finding somebody who's willing to talk with you and say, "Yeah, we can't tell you officially, but unofficially, this."
That is clever though.
Yeah, I worked for both of them, so I have heard
You
of
will.
people here who will go out and take the person out for a coffee or something like that after they get turned down, just to discuss. Okay, so we're going to do guillotine.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Let me cue that up. I was going to see if anybody else
I
was
hear that
joining
the
us.
EU is enforcing a law that is going to be applied like the entire union.
Wee woo.
Wee woo. Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, well, it's on that list. It's going to pop
It's an
fast.
event, yeah.
So what's the law in the EU?
So the EU is trying to enforce employers, and that's gonna start working, I think, in 2025, 26, I'm not sure. The employers will have to tell you how much you're gonna earn at the position. They can't hide the salary. Because for whatever reason, they will not tell you. They will ask you all grades, or like in between, or amounts you'd like to be paid, but they will never tell you whether you're within, whether this is applicable for the position or whether they have that assigned to a lower pay grade or whatever. And now
Yeah.
they'll have to tell you beforehand
Well, good.
in the job offer how much they're paying for it.
They
I think
should.
that should have been a thing required by local labor law, but try to enforce something employers will do. No, I have to pay my employers. How dare you make me pay them? So they like every time you try to enforce something that is just for the benefit of the employees, the unions and the corporations will riot and will try to
Around
be
here,
piss babies about it.
some places will tell you what the
But the EU
salary is
taking
in
care
the
of it.
advertisements. Some companies won't. Placement agencies
I
always
mean,
have to tell
some
you.
do. Some will tell you, but they're not required legally.
Yep,
And now through the EU law, it's
it's
going to
going to
be
be
required
interesting.
legally everywhere. So I'm up for it because that is so ridiculous that
It
they will
absolutely
like
is.
ask you, oh, how much would you like to earn? And you like imagine something higher than you've been earning right now, but they pay a lot more, but they will just reduce it for you because you never knew how much you're supposed to earn. And
Well, when they asked me how much, what's your desired salary, I said, oh, honestly, I'd like $1 million a year. If that's an option, let's go for that one.
yeah,
And then they laugh, and then you say, but this is the going rate in my area. Let's say it's $17 to $21. I've got 10 years experience in the field, so 21 plus benefits is my base, or something like that. And, that usually can get the conversation going or stop it right there. But that still means it takes a day out of your life to go in, do that interview.
yeah, and then they'll reject you anyway. So it's wasting your time.
Yeah, that's true. I don't get
All that
rejected
bloody
for a lot of
in my
interviews
face.
once I get past that preliminary level. It's an id!
It's an
Id alert!
hello.
Id alert! We need an id alert sound. Okay.
Bloody sphere exploded in my face.
They do that,
Cool.
don't they?
Rude.
I hate that the dimensional conveyors do 5 and then they disappear and then you get 5 more. Or 2 more.
Because they respawn. There's never 10 on
Nope, there it
the
is. I found it
structure.
now.
There's one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've got this one.
Every part of that guy that's not ego is rampaging id.
There you go. Rampaging id. I like it. I like it. I'm on 5.
No you don't. No you don't. Don't suck on my shield, that's rude. Here? See what you did to yourself? You exploded yourself. But just because you tried to suck on my shield. Bad is
Hey,
in
Giddy.
Bad boy.
So how are you doing this morning, id?
Ooh, tough question in the morning. Too early
Yeah.
for that one.
Yeah, especially since
Yeah.
he's even earlier than I am. What is the time out there? Is it a 2-hour time difference from here or 1 hour?
It's currently 5:19.
Okay, so it's a 1-hour time difference.
Why are you up? Unless you're legally required to work at these hours, why are you up?
Well, id's here
Uh,
because he loves me dearly. And I'm
Well,
up
I mean,
because
that's up from that, but why are you up?
well, I get up to do this.
Got the hour.
And also because around 4 o'clock the dogs are like, Mom, we have to go pee on things or we'll pee on the carpet. It's your choice. We're not
Oh
picky.
my. Ultimatum is real.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
So that's the reason I get up at crazy hours. So they did get me up at midnight again and again. It took me like 3 hours to get back to sleep.
Oh no.
So that's 2 days in a row.
That's the worst.
Just said, can Mom sleep? But they said I got to sleep on the holiday weekend, so I should be happy with it. I got to sleep 1 day this week.
Crazy.
Come on, 5. Let's finish cooking here.
Crazy sleep.
This is a good team.
Yeah.
Got
Seems
5
like
out
it.
of 6 started.
Oh, it's smart.
Okay,
when
we're
you don't start all of
activated.
them at
Yours
once.
is activated. I'm heading over to
This
the
one's
one.
finished.
There's
I
one.
think it's fair because it seems like it needs help.
I'll give one a little love here.
Too many adapters. Go away.
Okay, I guess I'll cover
You
the base
too.
here.
Thank goodness for the Maelstrom torpedoes. I highly recommend them.
I don't think
Don't
I've
have
got
the
that on this.
legendary Akira. I do recommend it. It's a good ship. It looks absolutely gorgeous. We don't have enough ships from the TMP era in the game, and we should definitely have more. And the Maelstrom torpedoes, oof, those things kill like crazy. And I think they're most powerful
Yeah, they.
projectiles in the game right now. Although I'm interesting about the hypermass torpedo, that's the event.
Yep. Well,
Because I
since
think
it's an event
that baby
torpedo.
might actually, that baby might actually beat up a punch. Oh damn!
Somebody is. I think Sav's already bought it out because, you know, Sav.
Of course.
But I haven't heard her say anything about it.
Maybe videos. Or maybe testing it out in different circumstances.
Yeah, I didn't see her on last night.
Isn't there supposed to be a countdown to the next progression you can do?
Yeah,
It should
it's,
be, but
it's not
gone.
working.
They
Okay.
broke it. They broke the UI, I guess.
I noticed that this morning, and then Chris said the same thing, so I'm thinking, okay, it's not my brain melting.
It's not me. It's not me, it's the CO.
It should be for me about the time I get off of work. I should be able to do all 4 accounts.
Well, I did it in... God, like it was 6 in the afternoon, maybe?
Yeah, for you it would have been
Yeah,
about 6
something
in
around
the
it, so I have to like remove 4 hours from it, and that will give me the time.
Well, I got home from work at 4 o'clock yesterday, but I didn't log on until 6 to play it, so it'd be 2-ish, and I'm not taking my laptop and trying to do this from work.
Oh no. Aw, poor little simulator.
Thursday, on the other hand, it'll be 10 a.m., so I think I will take my laptop, but I will do the episode 4 times today and tomorrow. And just have them ready to turn in.
How'd you like Denise getting back into the...
Oh, I loved it. I knew she was going to do what she did. I'm not saying anything because there's at least one person on here who hasn't done it yet.
Even though the actress has kind of spoiled it for everybody anyway.
Yeah, well...
But not everyone's aware of it, so...
Yeah, not everyone's aware of it. Well, everyone knows that she's doing Sela because that was in the release
Yeah, that was
from...
in the STO already
Right.
pre-established, yeah. And in the TNG. I like that they actually got around to actually bringing her back in some capacity, even though Tasha was dead. That Denise actually
I
took
liked it.
I remember my inner nerd watching Dexter for the first time and seeing Denise Crosby play killer there.
I don't remember that episode, but I haven't watched all of Dexter.
She
I've
played
seen
the
some of them.
nurse in the hospice where Dexter's father was, and she was slowly killing him by overdosing him with morphine.
Wow.
And Dexter discovered it and he killed her. She was his first kill.
Really?
Saved his dad's life. Gave him like a year or 2 more life. He had a heart disease. Yeah, but she was... I remember distinctly, and also because I've really watched it recently, I've been rewatching the entire series. And she had a cat and she comes home, and Dexter's waiting for her, and she's pulling up her cat, Mr. Tinker, Mr. Tinker's Tinker, and then she comes in and the entire living room is wrapped up in glass. Like, oh, this is gonna be nice. And she pulled up a struggle actually with Dexter, so she was kind of fighting him. It was his first sloppy kill with Dexter. But I was like, oh my god, this is Tasha from TNG, oh my god. Yeah, I was such a nerd. I mean, I still am. I was such a
That's
nerdy
not a
moment.
nerd,
Whenever
that's
I
a
see any of
fan.
the Star Trek actors who are like not so frequently on other TV shows like
Yeah.
appear somewhere, I'm like, oh my god, Dr. Cam. I mean, I think a nerd is not a pejorative. It doesn't have to be a pejorative meaning.
Speaking of, did you get your Borg ships?
that was in the initial phase. I'm way past beyond that.
Just double checking.
No, I had like 5, so it would have been done any
Yeah.
time.
In that
But,
first
yeah.
few moments.
Got 20 Herc frigates and, oh my goodness, 30 Terran ships. Sounds like Counterpoint or Jupiter Rabbits to me.
Well, yeah, we could do Jupiter Eratus. We could do Swarm too.
Hell yeah.
The elimination of the tactical fuels. The stitching network now.
I will never not love refit Crossfield. I keep saying that. I just love looking at that ship.
I think I need to make a new intro with some of these visuals in it.
Efforts were most satisfactory on this day.
The big explosion.
Yeah, that big white explosion.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I love they pulled it off with such a big, massive structure just
Yep.
exploding in our faces.
Unfortunately, making a intro, so an intro, the music's maybe a minute and 15 seconds. That's not including the time to record everything, but just the editing time would be like 30 to 40 hours.
Oh yeah.
Takes a lot of time to
I'm
edit
not
down
good
stuff.
at editing. I don't even have the proper software for it.
Well, a year ago, I spent money and got Adobe Creative Cloud, which includes Premiere Pro. However, I don't know Premiere Pro.
Yeah, I don't know it either. I would
So
have to learn
I have to
from
learn
scratch.
things. Id, are you just going to spectate today, or would you like to join us? And both are fine.
I'm gonna hang back.
No worries. You hang back.
Alright.
Just to let you know, though, Id, it's 55 degrees. Here. It
That's
is.
good, right?
Yeah, it's almost double that where he is. Heat is an issue.
Yeah.
Admittedly, it's
Well,
not typically
cooler here.
55 degrees here, but it's pleasant.
Let's see.
It is cooler here too. It used to be like, I think in like half 80s, something like it, yesterday. But today is like, I don't know, 21 Celsius translates to like maybe 70, 60,
Okay.
something like it. It's a chill, sunny day.
Yeah.
with No heat.
It's currently 73
Oh,
Fahrenheit.
That's not bad.
We'll have a high of 99.
Wow, cool for
And-
you.
Yes, and we've got a lot of heavy thunderstorms going on.
Yeah, that's why the temperatures dropped here. Just as the show was wrapping last night, we had a huge thunderstorm come through. I didn't even look to see how much damage there is in the backyard.
Ooh, I
today.
like that. I like that number. My current
Not
temperature
bad.
translates to 69
Aha!
Fahrenheit.
Nice. No, just to put it out there, the other day, the city on the other end of the region,
Mm-hmm.
because we're kind of just one big city, even though we're like 100 miles or more, you know.
That actually makes sense because my boss used to work down there.
Yeah.
And
So-
I mean, he knew the area, which just kind of surprised the heck out of me.
So Rio Grande City got to, after heat index, 132.
And yesterday was cold enough that I had to put on a jacket to walk the dogs. And this is in the afternoon. Then it got warm, and then the thunderstorm came through, and the temperatures just dropped.
I need to think that Roland is turning Mediterranean because days are hot but nights are so cold.
I don't think I've ever been to the Mediterranean. I have to put that on my list, but traveling while I've got the doggos is going to be challenging.
And then go to like North Italy.
I mean,
during,
I can
like,
doggo sit.
August.
Well, it's considering I want to put on a new roof next year. It's probably going to be 3 years before I even have to deal with that. But yes, I will definitely take you up on the doggo sitting at that point. The roof comes first. I'm going to see what I've got on this account for events to do, if anything. Let's see, this account needs Zenkethy ships, harvest materials in space, and Terran ships in the battle zone. No, so nothing exciting there. Let's see what we've got on Carl.
I did like the environments.
I thought the environments
so
were gorgeous.
I mean, aside from the fact that they kind of, I think they recycled stuff. we
Yeah,
already have in the game,
that I think was deliberate.
They refurbished the visuals, and I love the new textures, the new
Yeah.
color palette,
Yep.
and yeah, it looked really well.
Totally agree with you. That reminds me of the old Iconian colored palette, which
Yeah,
was
like
super
from the
clean.
ancient times. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Like,
Yeah,
is
I
it
loved them.
assumed in the mirror universe that like they're still around? They haven't like been decimated in like 200,000 years in
The
the
Dominion
past.
has asked
Well,
the Alliance.
it's not the mirror universe per se. I don't think I've got a ship with Tetrions.
No, it's another
right.
mirror universe, I guess.
It's a different alternate universe. No, I'm not going to do 500,000 without a Tetrion ship. I'm going through my stuff going, there's not much here. One more account. Let's see if we've got anything on the last account.
This is
hello. I think.
Yeah, this is basically the quantum mirror arc from SG-1.
Oh, way back in the day, there were some, I think they were Iconian episodes and TFOs that aren't around anymore that had some beautiful visuals. And they're gone. And I'm at that point sometimes where I'm thinking, did I imagine this? No, I remember doing this. I remember the texture of the floor. But it is gone, and I don't remember which one it was. And let's see what we've got on Bruce Banner. Oh, Tholian's on the ground is the only thing that's even close. Okay, I'm going to close that one out. So nothing on that.
Swarm or one of these
Yeah, let's do Swarm.
Terran things.
Yeah, we'll do Swarm, and then we can do Jupiter Eratus.
What the hell is wrong with this? Why can't I
Actually,
start?
let me do one thing,
Uh,
Chris. I'm going to kick you.
Uh,
And
ow,
I want to
ow.
switch to a different tune that could
I'm
use a
surprised
little bit of
hard
leveling.
kick.
I don't kick that. Well, I can kick that hard, but that's a different story. So my friend who
Oh.
lives down near Id is starting a martial arts school, and he's like, "Could you come on down and maybe be my guest instructor one day?" Sure, no problem. Alrighty, I've re-invited you, Chris. And this tune has leveled her ship to 3.3, maybe 3.2. So not the best ship, but I'm trying to get some of her stuff leveled up. And we are queued for Swarm. Do you want me to queue us for Jupiter Eratus too? Since you said you had Terran ships?
Yeah.
And we can see
could
which one pops
Jupiter.
first.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
I'm sorry. Holy moly! What the hell is this?
What?
There was a Krenim Anorax vessel sitting in ESD, which has the name Jake Reed Bio Important. You go to Bio and he's rooting for the Israeli supremacy over Palestine in the bio.
Report them.
Anything like that you can report. They'll just be asked to change the name.
More than likely, they won't even be asked. They'll have it set.
Oh
to
yeah,
invalid
they
name.
will change that, and then they'll be asked to rename the ship, which is what happened with the dip ships. They said nope, nope. Just change it. So somebody last night was asking why the random TFOs weren't popping last night. You know, if there was a glitch, and I'm thinking, well, everybody's playing the new mission. Wee woo.
Yep.
Okay. And I'm thinking, everybody's playing the mission in the new TFO. Of course randoms aren't going to be popping.
And submit. Wow, like people going out of their way to like prove that they misunderstand what was Trek about. They shouldn't be playing this game because what Star Trek generally represents. Okay, but
Well, that's part of it, and it's also, you know, try not to name things that other people are going to be find offensive.
not that hard.
Yeah, but some of us like to see how far we can
Some
push
people
it
just
sometimes.
go out of the way to be offensive.
It's like those people who try to claim that Star Trek has become woke. It's like it always has been.
It always has been from
Yeah.
day one. Like the fact that
That is so true.
oh my god,
The
like
Terrans will
That
be
was a
here
nice
soon to
angle.
steal scientific data from
I still
engaged
remember
with the
how
25
advanced and forward was the episode with TNG when Data gave Lal the choice of gender.
It was such a sweet episode. Oh my god, I loved that episode.
Yeah, but I found it touching that he would not presume, he would not enforce
Mm-hmm.
that upon Lal. Lal was given a choice, and well, she chose to be female, and that was fine, and everyone just accepted it. No one even batted an eye about it, and I was like, hello?
Well,
Like,
there's also
why
that.
is this a thing 20, 30 years later? Like, why do we have a problem with that?
Well, go
in
with the other
Trek?
episode where the norm was non-gendered, and there was somebody who decided she was gendered, and
Yeah.
I mean that was a really interesting episode too.
The ones that bred it in a corn husk like thing.
Yeah.
Had the hots for Riker.
Yep. And she had the house for him.
I love
Of course, that's not saying anything.
With that surprise episode where, was it Trip that got pregnant?
Yeah, Trip got pregnant.
That was like, woo. I watched it, and I'm sure some people had issue with that.
Oh, I'm sure they did, but that was a nicely done episode.
Yeah. And really just gently tackled the topic. Ooh. Hello, Mr. Cruiser. Hello, let me look at your hull pattern. Hello, don't fly away. No, no. Slow down. Slow down. Slow down.
Did we miss one? I'm gonna go over to Alpha. Me and my little tiny pew-pew ship.
We have two wormholes there. And you done, Sir Cruiser there.
Let me close this rift. Thank you. Wow, you've got to be in like 2 kilometers or closer for it to heal.
Yeah, it's kind of like dumb. Stop tractoring me, you stupid cruiser. Mean evil thing. And the eclipse. Uh-oh. Get on to beta.
I'm the only one here at Alpha, so I'm gonna stick here.
Am I the only one who actually never liked the Andromeda template for the Galaxy class?
Yes. Yes, you are.
Darn. You liked it?
I do.
I
Sorry.
mean, maybe I'll tell what I didn't like about it,
Okay.
because I have reasons.
Well, can I say to Fighter, I recently learned as well that I can use spacebar to target ships in space. I presumed you used your spacebar and just put a macro on it, or a keybind on it, to target?
I mean, it depends how you have set up your auto-targeting.
Yeah.
Because if it's like to auto-select targets and you press spacebar, it fires all the weapons, and
Yeah, that's
if
how
the
I've got
auto-targeting
mine.
is enabled and auto-fire is enabled, then it will automatically select enemy and auto-fire. So I guess that might have been the reason why.
Oh, that's right. This is on Kumquat. It's not on my regular one. That explains it. I was going to say I've got mine set up on spacebar, but no, I don't on this one. Oops. Oh, Gamma needs some help.
Yep, there's nobody manning it,
Okay, I hate to run over there, but
and the station is overwhelmed. What are the other
okay.
people doing?
I don't know. Ben's at the station.
What?
Yeah,
Well, he's not doing a good job either.
well, he's got decent
This is a
firepower.
difficult TFO.
No. But you know how people are.
Random.
Oh,
I
it's too
like
weird out
most
there.
of the elements of the Andromeda template,
Yeah.
but I hate that the nacelle titans. They look like they melted and were spread. Like, there's no reason for those nacelle pylons to be like warped like they are in that
Kind
ship.
of what I like about it. But okay, fine. To each his or her own, their own, its own.
But like when they introduced the Terran variant, which has them shaped like an arch more than very weirdly bent, flat thing, which doesn't look like it's secure. I definitely dig more the Terran version.
We've got hostiles on the
Prime
station.
version.
They're breaching our system.
Goodness me, what are they doing? What is everyone doing outside of us?
Ben just died, so I'm gonna stay here at Alpha.
On a Star Cruiser, that's probably the most tanky ships of the Defense War.
Oh,
It
shoot,
can
I'm
be.
going to die.
Get those rips under control.
Come on. I'm in a science ship and I'm doing better job than they are.
Well, hey, science ships can be good.
Terrorists have taken control of Projector Alpha.
I know, people underestimate them, but they can be really powerful.
Oh, they can. So let me get back to Alpha.
Like the 32nd century ships, half of the fleet is science vessel oriented.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
like,
science ships got kind of ignored in terms of devs for a long time.
initially, yeah, I remember how weak they used to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely bumped them up.
Then we started getting
But
some
no, but
good science ships. Oh, everything's doing bad. What is going on here?
well, I'm constantly on Gamma because no one is supporting it and it keeps on
I'm
spawning
trying to
gates,
handle
so I
Alpha,
can't-
but I've got rifts. It's just me here.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna deploy some of the support ships so I can deal with the wormhole with beta. Wow, this is not a good run.
I
We
died
had a good
again.
run with the guillotine and now it's like the very opposite.
This used to be the easy one.
Yeah! People just sit on the place and everything exploded and now it's just like, oh no, we're putting out fires everywhere. Oh, why?
Projector Gamma is ours.
Finally.
Yeah, but we've lost Alpha and Beta in the meantime. What have we got here? Isn't there a timer on this one?
And the station is so overwhelmed I can't even begin
Are going to close themselves.
Yeah, they better learn to close themselves.
to say. Because we ain't closing them. There's no way.
I wonder if the timers are just not working, period, because the timer on this is not up either.
I don't think there is a timer.
No, because there's a timer. This is a time-gated mission.
I don't think it is. It depends on us maintaining the security of the stations.
If
all our
it was
knuckles
time-gated,
is
one
gonna
could AFK it after the initial wave, and
Maybe at the beginning, I think when they introduced the advance, that was kind of like a little bit weird.
not that I would ever AFK it, but if I were to AFK it, I would know that
Yeah.
it is time-gated. Unless they've changed it.
Yeah.
I keep dying. What is going on?
Why do you keep dying? What are
Well,
you
it's an
dying?
underpowered ship, but...
Well, it is an advance, so...
And it is advanced, and she's a relatively low tune.
Taken control. Projector base.
Finally! Oh, this is an elite. Why is it behaving like an elite?
No, if it was an elite, we would have lost it by now.
No, that's true.
Well, Ben's over here to give me a hand. Thank you, Ben.
Are going to close themselves. These they're on the ship.
I've been in this mission for a long time.
Locked down the projector.
There we go.
See?
Now they're ours from home.
You need to take over all of the stations and close all the gates before it actually progresses.
Our Janeway was annoying.
Yeah.
Speaking of
I don't know if they changed it. I've never...
They could
I
have
never
changed it.
AFK TFO, so I wouldn't know if it had time gate.
I suppose they could have DFK'd it. Wow. Yes, allergies. Cool weather allergies.
Don't even get me started about allergies. Everything started
Yeah.
blooming and my allergies are like killing me right now. Getting out with my fluffer for a walk is a moment. And I wish I exaggerated, but I'm not. I just need like, well, it's a typical like hey people.
Well, I've been taking the dogs to the woods rather than just walking in my neighborhood, which is a little bit rougher on my allergies. But a couple more days, a few more dry days, and we'll be good. At this rate, might not have time to do Swarm. Again, I presume you got your Terran ships.
Yeah.
Alright, Tilly.
The Enterprise is going for Projector Alpha.
Yeah. I'll do a swarm after this one. After we're
Are you
done.
kidding me with this? My ships make me invincible.
Swarm
Give
actually
up
keeps
already.
popping up anyway.
Yeah, it does.
So I guess people really like that one.
Well, it's relatively easy. It's fun.
Still a bit of a challenge with when the hive comes in and then the swarm.
Yeah.
Plus, it's not about mindless pew pew either. So it's kind of a thing. I know, so there's Operation Riposte, and that doesn't pop up that frequently unless it's fly.
It's
I
not a
like
bad one.
Operation Riposte.
If they were
One
to
of
do
my
a kill
favorites.
count on, what is that Mokai? Or is it just
Technically,
Klingons?
they are just assigned as Klingons, but they're from the Discovery era.
I mean, if they did a kill count for that, then people would play it more.
You count for
Or the Klingons.
Are you kidding me with this? My
Well,
ships make
it
me
would have been
invincible.
awkward because
Give
I
up
think
already.
it's a playable faction, and if you're playing a Klingon, it might have been.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
bit.
But one reason why missions like this one get played so much is because it's a great option if you don't want to go off to the battle zones and kill your Terrans.
Yeah.
So here you can come over and have a little pew-pew fun.
Yeah, that is true. But the Mokai are only in like patrols. I think.
Yeah.
I don't think there is a TFO with Mokai.
Back in a bit. Don't go anywhere, okay?
Again, they
Don't
should
think
do more
so.
patrols with variety of enemies so we can run them for endeavors rather than like running an episode or something.
I agree.
I still think it's more convenient to run a patrol a few times and go to a battle zone. Like, I really don't understand why the Gamma Quadrant battle zone is really not a battle zone, it's a quadrant of the space where you have to fly around the quadrant and queue for TFO, which you should be able to queue up from anywhere.
Yeah, you know what?
Okay,
That's a good point.
You still have to queue for it, and it still has to have enough people in the queue to start. So
Yeah.
what's the point of not having that in the main queue? Like, why?
No, I think that's a really good point.
That makes absolutely zero sense. You have to go there, out and make your way.
It would be fun
Be
if you
there
could
physically.
queue for it remotely, and then I think people would do it more often. I'd do it more often. But if I see
Because those
Zenkethi's
missions are actually fun. They're really good.
and they go
But
fast,
there is no social zone there. You can't transwarp to there directly because whatever reason.
There's a
like-
reason, I'm sure. Why am I doing that? Go shoot
It's
those.
not a good reason, I'm
No,
sure,
it's not a
but
good
there
reason.
is one. They really shoot themselves in the foot sometimes. They make good content sometimes and they just gate it with some stupid restriction or something. Or requirement.
Don't even try.
Oh, I will try to catch you. Killy. Yeah, you can hear in the voice that Mary had fun playing Killy a lot
Oh, yeah.
more in the SEO than she had sometimes with Tilly. Although she's not a bad actress in terms of like, she can still pretend she's enjoying being Tilly, but you can see that she's kind of having more genuine fun
Oh,
when
it's
she's given
it's been said that given a choice between the good character, the protagonist, and the antagonist, an actor tends to prefer the antagonist because you can have more fun with it.
They get more fun. Yeah, I remember Jennifer Lean,
Yeah.
played Cass, had this episode when she was possessed by some sort of dead soldier who was trying to do like a rebellion or something. And my goodness, I saw her in a totally different light than that episode. And I'm like, wow, she can act. She's not just a bland, blonde bimbo who's not even like super obviously attractive or anything like it. She was okay, I mean, but she wasn't like obviously a vamp kind of like attractive woman. I mean, she was okay, but still, she was so different in that role when she took on that character. She was like, even with the voice, her voice changed.
I remember that, yes.
It's like, wow, she can act. She can actually be a good actress with a character. She's just been written bland. Like,
Well done.
she was so sweet you could just get like diabetes with that amount of sugar in her. Come on, give her some sort of. She never complained. She was never tired. She never like. I don't know. She was like, how to write the blandest character ever
Yeah.
in a franchise, and like there's Cass. Like, oh my god.
Yep.
I think she got more character when she returned for that one episode after she was written
Yeah.
out.
What was that one?
She
Fire?
returned.
Fire, I think it was, or Flame?
That-
Fever?
you mean the title of the episode?
Yeah, that one episode she returned to after a couple of years.
I don't remember the
It was a
title.
good episode.
It was a good episode because she also got some more stuff to do, and
Yeah.
she got to act. She was kind of the villain, but she wasn't like put into a like total villain. We need to kill her. Janeway had to get through to her, and that was a great way of like emphasizing and like exploring the character a little bit more.
Chris, would you be up for a quick patrol? Since I don't have
one?
time to do Swarm. Do you have one that you'd like to do?
There's a
I
ton I'd
I
like
don't
to
care.
do,
I just
but-
was thinking of doing something since I don't have time to do a full mission.
Well, I like
I'll
the
lay down.
Delta Quadrant prey upon the weak, which is in the foreign system,
Okay.
but it has Zencath. No, not Zencathi. Vaduar.
Okay, I can do that one.
All right.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Ed?
Oh, I said I'm gonna lay down.
Okay, you go lay down. I will talk to you later.
Care.
Feel better.
Look after yourself. Drink fluids.
All that too, yes. Drink chicken soup. Alrighty,
Well,
I'm
drinking
launching for
fluids
preying
is
upon the
necessary.
weak in advanced.
Lovely. I'm launching it too.
Okay.
You're in the event ship. That's kind of like Alliance Defiant kind of thing.
I'm in the Rex, I think.
Yeah, that's equivalent of the Alliance.
Yeah, I'm
Defiant,
just
I guess.
taking them down in alphabetical order. I have so many ships on so many tunes that I've never touched. If this ever loads. Do 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 do.
Wow, some people can't really get an occupation. Just read a silly comment about Discovery, like someone complaining about the writing
Oh, the writing's awful.
because they wrote a pun
Thank you
into
for
the dialogue.
Oh, did they?
The local star the damage on our vessels.
Yeah, they did. Like
Now
they
we have
referred
work
to Book,
together against the Vaduar.
Cleveland Booker, but everyone calls him Book. And he's in the library, and like, oh, how fun is to have Book visit me in the library for a change. And someone complained, oh my god, that's the standard of writing in Star Trek Discovery. Primary
Oh, that's a
school
cute
level. Oh my
line.
god. It was an adorable line, especially where it came from. You have to see the actress who said that. It was really adorable, and everyone loves her now. Everyone wants her maybe in the academy or something, like a recurring character. She was so adorable. I think she was one of the Enterprise species that was brought back.
The solar flares
It wasn't
will
said.
confuse. We have adapted, but they will affect everyone else.
It wasn't important anyway, but I did like her, and that line was really adorable.
I mean, that's like saying the line, the USS Lollipop. It's a good ship. And I thought, oh, okay, that is a great throwaway line. That's that kind of nice
Right.
throwaway line that's really fun.
Cooperative vessels have arrived.
And then I recently read where somebody didn't get that.
There was a ship named Crazy Horse, and
Yeah.
no one ever batted an eye on that. And I'm like, who names a ship Crazy Horse?
Oh, actually, that is a...
I know
name-
it's a callback to something, but still, if you don't know where it's coming from, you're like, oh my god, what a stupid name. Like complaining about writing standards in something. Someone wanted to have fun. Like they could have just walked through the corridor and said nothing, and it would have been just a bland walking scene with
Well,
no dialogue. But
You gotta have some
someone
fun with
decided-
your dialogue.
yeah, like why do everything has to be so stiff and serious and like taking itself so seriously, right?
Yeah, there's a throwaway line in somebody's fanfic where they're talking about the warp capabilities of a ship. And blah, 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 blah. And then somebody throws in line, this one goes to 11. And I'm thinking, okay, that's funny. You know what? Maybe that was in a... back when we had the ability to write our own episodes here. What was that? The Foundry.
Hungry?
Maybe it was
Yeah.
from the Foundry. But it was just such a good line. And they threw in some other good lines.
I didn't know how that worked, so I never got too much traction with it. So I
It was
didn't even
complex.
play
I mean, it was just like editing a video can take 10 times as long as it's going to do for the final product. It takes a long time to write a good Foundry mission. And I wish they would redo it because some people wrote really good Foundry stuff, but I get it. It's hard to integrate that. Every time there's an upgrade, the code has to get
Yeah, have to
fixed.
accommodate for it.
Yeah. And so the Foundry would lag behind for a week. But when Endeavors had first started out, the Foundry was still around, and people were writing Foundry missions so you could go get your, 10 Zenkethi kills or 60 Zenkethi kills just by doing a Foundry
Oh, that's
mission.
cool.
Yeah. Now you can do it by doing missions and TFOs and stuff, but it used to be much harder.
Well, there were a few missions around available on the go, that TFOs, whatnot. So
There were
we
some.
are in the blessed era now when we have everything accessible more easily, even if some stuff is still like gated behind.
Well, I think people really enjoyed using Foundry because, we all have our versions on from the I'm gonna die again. Jeez, negative, stupid bot. Sorry, botware. Botware, they start with the letter V.
All Delta quadrants. All Delta quadrant species are the same.
Yeah.
Except for Palaxians, but they're just space rats.
Solar flare imminent.
Now that solar flare is really banging me.
Well, the good thing is it knocks down their shields as well.
Yep, that's a good one. And what a lovely system too. I love the visuals of this one. The planet with non-vertical asteroid belts. It's nice to see. The Delta Quadrant has probably some of the more visually
Oh, they had some nice
appealing
visuals.
space maps. Yeah. Raw
That's done.
core. That's yours. Raw core.
Yay!
Nice.
That was a challenge.
Yeah,
That's
but I
fun,
like
though.
that.
Yeah, no,
that-
it's fun to
We
do a
are
challenge one
grateful
every
for
now
your
and then.
assistance. We will set a course beyond the range of these
Oh.
solar long-range scans are.
I clicked through the conversation and it just
We are
warped
grateful
out.
for your long-range
I hate like
scan-
the warp out option is pre-selected.
Yes. Yeah.
Like in some of the TFOs you have the interact button to like pick up ships, but no, there's loot, so it has priority. Like fix this. The
just make it
should be
consistent is all I care about.
auto-selected. It should be consistent. In some of them, the action is pre-selected. In others, loot is pre-selected. Like, excuse me, can we have consistency about this?
No consistency.
Nope.
All right. Speaking of consistency, I need to get to the office so I can go look at this really inconsistent document that needs to be fixed, which is
Oh,
going
you
to kill
gotta
the
make
rest
it
of my
consistent.
day. Yeah, it's a website that the more we look at it, the more we're like, no. It was supposed
The
to go
more
live
it's painful
today.
to look at.
Yeah, it is at this point. It'll get fixed, and it's not a bad company. It's just
The progress of getting there sometimes.
yeah,
I get
exactly.
that.
And clearly the dogs know it's 7 o'clock and time to go. So on behalf of everybody here at Moopsy in the morning, and thank you to Chris, we are going to head out of here. Loot is
Okay,
an
then.
automatic pickup without pressing thing on console. Could be. Here it's
Yeah, on console they made it a little bit better, but when on PC, when you have the F button
yes,
and you have an interaction button
F,
required
F,
to push on the mission, that's wrong.
it's all F and it all gets messed up. Anyway, I am out of here, everybody. Have a wonderful day and stay
Stay
moopsome.